Hello and welcome back to another square tutorial, another crochet tutorial with me, Hannah. Okay, so this is called the Dragonfly Dreams square, and Sharon Santorum has kindly given me permission to do the square part of her pattern. If you would like to get the rest of the pattern to join the squares, I will put a link to her Etsy shop and you can purchase her pattern there. Okay, so we're going to just do the square part. This is a really good pattern for little scraps of wool that you have, little leftovers, because you can do these in all different colours, these dragons, these little dragonflies. The wings are made separately, which I will show you how to sew them on. Okay, so we have made mine in double knit wool. So I'm going to use turquoise for a change instead of purple, even though my nails are a lovely purple, but so I'll still have to have some purple in there somewhere. Some variegated coloured yarn and some white. So, and with our double knit, we will need a 4mm crochet hook or an equivalent crochet hook to whichever weight of wool you're using, and a pair of scissors and a darning needle. Okay. So let's get started. So we start, what we're going to do is we're going to make it, and we need 4 stitch markers as well to mark our corners. Okay, so what we're going to start with, we're going to start with the body here, and then we're going to make it outwards, and then we're going to make the wings separately. So get whatever colour you're going to use for the body. So I'm using turquoise. And we start with a slip stitch. So you make a circle, tuck your crochet hook underneath and pull. Okay, and then we're going to do 16 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now the pattern is done in US terms, but I'm going to explain the stitches in UK terms. So first we've done our 16 chain there, and we're going to miss the first chain, and we're going to put 3 double crochets into the next stitch. So that's 1 and 2 and 3. We're going to get our first stitch marker, which I've tried to colour coordinate with my wool, and we're going to mark the second double crochet along. So we missed this one and we're going to mark this one. You'll see why later. And then we're going to do 13 double crochets all the way down here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So that should leave you with 1 chain left. And in this last chain we're going to do another 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2 and 3. Whoops. And we're going to get another stitch marker, and we're going to mark the middle one again. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're going to mark the middle one, and then we're going to miss this one, and then we're going to double crochet all the way back down, and that should be another 13 double crochets. It's always the tricky bit, starting off crochet. I like the way crochet builds up quickly, but this first starty bit is always a little bit tricky. You haven't got much to get hold of. Okay, so that should be another 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we join with a slip stitch to the first double crochet that we did in that round, like so. And there we have our body with our 2 little stitch markers at the end. Now we're going to cut this bit off and weave our ends in like so. I'm just going to do this quickly to show you. So I tend to weave my end that way, and then I go back on it a little bit as well, so that it doesn't come out. I'll just trim that little bit off, and then we'll sew him in. Okay, so we've done round 1, which was the dragonfly's body. I'll just tuck that in there. There, move them out of the way. Okay, and there's our little dragonfly's body with the 2 little stitch markers. So I'm going to now change to white, or whatever main colour you choose. So I'm going to take out your first stitch holder and put your crochet hook in, and I'm going to slip stitch the white into there, chain 1, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets into this one again. So there's 1 and 2 and 3. And like we did on the first round, we're going to mark this second stitch. So we've done 1, 2, 3. So we're going to mark the second stitch with our stitch marker. Okay, and so we're now going to do a half treble, and I'm going to hold my end there, so when I go into the next stitch there, I can crochet over the top of it to save me weaving it in at the end. So this is a half treble, so that's 1, yarn over through both loops, 2 and 3. Now we're going to treble into the next 3. 1, 2 and 2 and 3. Now in the next stitch we're going to do a double treble. Now if you watched my first butterfly kisses, you had a lot of double trebles in that one also. So you put your yarn round once, yarn round twice, put it in both underneath both loops, yarn up, yarn round, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn round, pull through the second 2 loops, and then yarn round and do it through the last 2. Now we're going to make 3 of these in the next stitch. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and we're now going to mark the middle one of these with a stitch marker. So these stitch markers, they mark our corners. So this is your first corner and this is going to be your second corner. Then we're going to do oh, excuse me, we're going to mirror this on the other side. So we're going to do one double treble in this one, and then 3 trebles in the next 3 stitches, and then 3 half trebles, 1. Now if you find going through all 3 tricky, you can do 2 and then 1, still gives you the same effect. Okay, then we'll move this stitch marker out the way. I'm going to do 3 double crochets like we did this end. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and then you mark the center one again. For that corner, so we've got corner 1, corner 2, corner 3, and you're going to do exactly the same as what you did on this side on the other side. So your 3 half trebles, your 3 trebles, your 1 double treble, 3 double trebles in the same stitch, and then the same again down this side. So I'm going to leave you to do that, and I will go away and do that too, and I will meet you back for round 3. Hello and welcome back. I just thought I'd show you how to join the next round together. So it's quite simple, it's just another slip stitch. You put it in the first 2, under the first 2 loops, and slip that through and slip it into there. Okay, and this is what you should have. Very strange looking square, I know, but these are your corners for your square. So the square will soon emerge as we go along. Okay, so we're now on round 3. So we're going to make 1 chain, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets in the join. So where you've 1 chained, you're going to go back into the same join, which can be a bit tricky. So that's 1 and 2, and then we're going to take our stitch marker out here, and we're going to do 1 double crochet in this stitch, so don't keep slipping out. There we go, and then we're going to put our stitch marker back in there, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Okay, so that's our next corner. Okay, so we've done 2 double crochets in that stitch, 1 double crochet in that stitch, and 2 in the next stitch. We're now going to do 4 half trebles in the next 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 trebles, 1, 2, 3, and 1 double treble in the next stitch, and then we're going to take our stitch marker out here, and in this one we're going to do 3 double crochets. It's 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 chain, 1, 2, and then another 3 double crochets, but back into the same stitch, so this makes our second corner. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to do exactly the same down this side, but opposite that we did this side. So we're going to do 1 treble, 3 trebles. So that one was a 1 double treble, and now we're going to do 3 trebles. And then 4 half trebles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to do the same this end as what we did this end. So we're going to do, I'll just get you around the corner, take your stitch marker out. Now when you did this one, you could put another stitch marker there, but as you've now got a little gap to remind you that there's a corner there, I find I don't need to put a stitch marker there because that donates the corner now. But of course you can put one in there if you want to. So we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and then just 1 in this one, and put my stitch marker back in because I don't have any gaps yet to show me where the corner is, and then 2 more double crochets in this one. So you're going to do that all again on this side. So you're doing 4 half trebles, 3 trebles, 1 double treble, 3 double trebles, 2 chain, 3 double trebles in the same hole, and then you follow it back down again doing the same on the other side. So I'm going to go off and do the other side, and I'll meet you back just before the join again, and then we'll be on round 4. Okay, see you soon. Hello and welcome back. I'm just going to show you that we slip stitch into the first double crochet of this round. There and there, that's what you should have. That's what you should have after round 3. Starting to look more like a square now, isn't it? Weird squiggly square, granted, but it's starting to look like a square. Okay, let's go straight on to round 4. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do a double crochet, just 1 double crochet in the join, like so, and then a double crochet in this one, and then in our marked stitch we're going to do a double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet, all in the same stitch, like so. And then we're gonna double crochet in the next 13. So that's 1, 2, oh, bit of hair there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. And I'll just show you around this corner again. So you're just going to do a double crochet, chain 2 and another double crochet, and then you're going to start here and do 13 again double crochets, and then you're going to do that all the way round, doing a double crochet, 2 chain, double crochet in this corner until we get back round to the start of the round. And I'll let you go off and do that, and then I will meet you back. Here we are again then, at the beginning of our round, but on this on the last edge you only need to do 12 double crochets because you already did one at the beginning here. So you've done your double crochet, your 2 chain, your double crochet, and then you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and your 13 one is there. So you just slip stitch into that one like so, and there we have it. You need to encourage this to be a square because it doesn't really want to, so you have to sort of encourage it. There. Still a bit squiffy, but it'll be fine. Okay, so now we're going to do a different stitch here. So we're going to skip the join here. This is where where I joined it. We're going to skip there and we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch like so, and then we're going to do a beginning cluster. So you do 2 chain, round your hook, back into the same stitch, pull through, you've got 3 stitches on there, go round and then through all 3, and that's your beginning cluster. So you do that every time you start. You would start around, you would do this, and then you would chain 1, miss the next one, and then we're going to do a cluster into the corner. So this is a full cluster, so you go round through 2, leave two hooks on your needle, on your hook even, not knitting Hannah, come on, yarn round hook, which gives you 4, yarn round hook through them 2, which will leave you 3, yarn round hooked and pull them all together. Now clusters, they can be made with 2, 3, 4, 5, all depends what the pattern tells you to do, but this is what Sharon's pattern's telling me, so that's what I'm going to do. And then on the corner we're going to do 3 chain and then do a cluster again in the same space. So we're going to put our hook into the same space and pull it through, round over, pull it through 2, round over your hook, back into the same hole, pull your yarn through, 4, yarn round, pull through the first 2, and then yarn round and pull through the 3. Then we chain 1, okay, and then we miss 1, and then we do another cluster in the next one. So I'll do it slowly one more time. And you put it in, yarn round, pull through, you've got 3 hooks, yarn round, pull through the next 2, which then leaves you 2, yarn round in the same hole, pull your yarn through, will give you 4, yarn round through the first 2, and then yarn round and through all 3. Okay, then you miss 1 and then you do it all again. So I'm going to do a bit of speed crochet here. Oh, hang on, I've forgotten to do something. So I have forgot to do me 1 chain, so you need to chain 1 and then do your next one. It's because I'm trying to explain it and do it at the same time. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm crocheting, I'm talking to myself while I'm doing it. So I'm going round this, pull through 2, go round, and then do a cluster, and then chain 1, and that's how I do patterns in my head. But obviously I'm trying to demonstrate to you guys how to do it, so I forgot to do me 1 chain. That was silly. Missed 1 here, so I'll just show you along here just so I can show you how many clusters you should have before you get to the corner. This one and this one. This one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's right. You missed 1. Go in there, and then so you should have 7 clusters in between the corner clusters. So if I do the corner here, then I'll show you what I mean. Three chain, do another cluster in the same space. Okay, so out the way there, Mrs. Wall. So we done a beginning cluster here, we missed 1, and then we did the corner, then we chained 1, missed 1, and then we should have in between, don't count the corner ones, you should have 7 clusters in between each corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 1 chain space in between. And we do that, you guessed it, we do that all the way round until we join up to the start of the round, and that's where I'll meet back with you again. Okay, have fun. If you get stuck, you can always rewind, do it a little bit slower so you can see what see how I do it. But yep, I'll go off and cluster away, and then I'll meet you back here. Right, we're back again near the join. So as you already did your beginning cluster here, you only need to make 6 from the corner. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we just join with a chain 1 here, and we just join with a slip stitch into the top of that one there, like so. And now it's sort of looking more like a square to me, still a bit wibbly wobbly in places, but you just sort of have to encourage it. There we go. Okay, this next round's really easy. So we just slip stitch to the first chain space, which is this one here. We're going to slip stitch into there, like so. And we're going to chain 1 and make 2 double crochets into this space. And 2. Then we're going to skip the cluster, and we're just going to do 5 in the corner, 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. But we're going to skip each cluster, and then in each of these 1 chain spaces you're going to do 2 double crochets. You don't do any chains in between, just go straight into the 1 chain space and do 2 double crochets, and then in each corner you're going to do 5 double crochets. I'll just show you to the corner again. Like so. Then we're going to do 5 into the corner space again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and that's all there is to this round. It's quite nice because it brings the clusters together at the top and gives it a nice neat finish. Okay, so if you do that all the way round, and I'll meet you back at the beginning again. Okay, and here we are back at the beginning again. So we just do a slip stitch into the first double crochet we made there, like so. And now we're on round 7, which is the final round of the square. So this time you skip the join and you slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 1, and then double crochet into the same space again, like so. And then you're going to do 2 chain, you skip 1 double crochet and then go into the next one, which gives you your first little picot like loop. So you're now at the corner, but you don't skip a double crochet here, so you just do 3 chain, which is your corner, and then you just start a double crochet there, so you don't miss one here. There's just double crochet into there, and that's your corner. And then you're just going to do 2 chain, miss 1, and a double crochet into there. 2 chain, skip 1, double crochet into there. And we're going to do this, there should be 10 altogether on each side. And again, 2 chain, miss 1, double crochet into there. I'll just take you up to the corner again. Alright, let's just check how many we have. So we don't count the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 1 more to do. Miss 1, 1 in there. And then this is your corner again, so you're going to do 3 chain. You don't skip 1 this time, you just do it a double crochet right into the next one. You only do this on the corners. All the rest of the time you just skip 1, and then we do 2 chain and we skip 1 and then do a double crochet, and we do that all the way around. There we go. So your corner and your corner and your 10 little picots in between. Okay, so as this is a running theme, I thought I might as well carry on with it. So I'm going to leave you to do that, and we will join up again at the join. And then this will be this part of the square. This will be the square finished, if I can get my words out. And then I will show you how to make the wings and sew them on. It's exciting stuff, isn't it? Okay, so see you soon. Okay, so I thought I'd just meet you back here again at the join. So remember that at the beginning we already did 1 here. So you only have to, from this corner, you only have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then when you chain 2 here and join it to the double crochet here, like so, that will be your 9 and then your 10. Okay, so then we cut this off, and if you go off and weave your ends in, and then come back and I'll show you how to do the wings. Okay, so here we are back again. I've already made one wing there, so I'm going to show you how to make one of the wings. So as usual, you start with a slip stitch, and you use your variegated yarn or whatever yarn you want to use. I mean, you can notice it very much, but it's like a slight yellow tinge on there, but it's not that very noticeable. You could get a more noticeable multicoloured yarn. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 chains, and then we're going to miss the top one, and we're going to double crochet into that one, and then we're going to half treble into the next one, like so. And you guessed it, we're going to then do another treble in this one, a little stitch taller than the one before, just to give us that slopey effect. Then a double treble in the next one, oh, it's fiddly, right. And then in your last chain here, you're going to do 2 double trebles. So we're going to do 1, and another one, and then we're going to do 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to slip stitch into the same stitch as we did the double trebles. So slip stitch into there, like so. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So we're going to do 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 double trebles in the same space as you did the last 2. And then we're going to do 1 more double treble holding our tail, so we crochet over the top of it to save us time sewing it in later. So a double treble in the next stitch, and then a treble, and then a half treble, and then a double crochet in this one here. And then to finish off, we're going to do 1 more double crochet in the end chain there, like so. I'm going to slip stitch into the first one, and then that's it for that bit. Then you can cut your yarn. I can cut that one straight off because I crocheted over that one. So you've only got to tediously watch me just sew one end in. I'd like to do it up the centre here, so when you go to crochet the edge, it's not in your way. There we go. Trim that off. Okay, then you take whatever colour it is you want. For me, I'm going to do turquoise, so it's the same colour as the body. I'm going to take our crochet hook, and we're going to find the first double crochet that we did, which is here. So you slip your hook into there, slip that in, 1 chain, and then you're going to do 5 double crochets, crocheting over your tail as you go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then in your next double treble you're going to do 2, so 2 double crochets in this one, 1 and 2, then drop your tail. Okay, so now you've got your 4 chains here, so we're going to double crochet into each one of these, but we're only going to do it in the back loop. So this is your front loop and your back loop, so you're just going to put it in the back loop and do a double crochet into there. A back loop, double crochet into there, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to slip stitch into here, like so, and then you're going to just do all that again on the other side. So look for our 4 chains, 1, 2, 3 and then 4 is there. Do 4 double crochets into the back loop of this one, 2, 3 and come on, you know you want to. Oh, I split me wool, hang on. There we go. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets in this one underneath both loops, and then we're going to do 5 double crochets all the way down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then you're going to do 1 more double crochet in the end there, join it together with a slip stitch here, like so, and there you have your little wing. Looks like a little heart, doesn't it? So you want to leave yourself, make sure you cut yourself a nice long tail, at least about 24 inches, so you can use that to sew in. Give that a tug. And I can just trim this one off because I crocheted over it. Okay. Now I had a lot of practice trying to put these wings on for them to look nice how I wanted them to look. So we'll bring the square back that we finished earlier. Still a bit squonky. I mean, you like, obviously once it's blocked it will look a lot better, so you'll probably go away and block yours before you join them together. But okay, so here's one I made earlier in proper Blue Peter style. Any of you who are old enough to remember Blue Peter. Okay, so I looked at the body of my dragonfly and I counted 5 of these little double crochet marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put my needle in the 6th, like so. Now while you're holding it, I found that as long as you keep the edge here in line with this corner hole, bring it a little bit closer so you can see. Now try and keep the edge in line with that corner hole. When you're holding it, it should keep it in place. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the 6th hole there. Like so. So once you get a few stitches in, you'll be all right. So I back stitch up here, so to make it look as neat as possible I went up here and down, and make sure you give it a nice good, the first one, a good tug so you keep it in place. And then I just went straight up the middle. So you can see where your stitches are. And go down into there. You don't want to pull this too tight because you don't want it to disappear. Then we're up the middle here. Like so. Checking that your edge is still in line with your corner hole there. And in there. There. And then 2 more. Did 1 here. I'm putting like fairly tight but not too tight, and then you want to join these together. Oh, sorry, nudge my camera. Put that one in there, like so, and there you have it. One little wing on our dragonfly. Turn it over and weave your ends in nice and secure. I'm just going to do it quick now for demonstration purposes, but there we go. I'll cut him off there, and then you do the same with the other side. So here's the other wing I made. You left yourself a nice long tail to sew it in with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it in the hole there, or you can have a look, see where you did it, and just make sure you do it on the opposite way here. And there's quite the opposite way there, so I'll just pull her through there like so, and then we'll do it in the opposite way round. So make sure that your edge of your wing stays on the edge of that hole there, and you should then place your next wing in the right place. Like so. Give it a good tug. Make sure the edge of your wing's there, and then just carry on back stitching up your wing. I'll try and do this as fast as I can. Up here. And down, and then just talk amongst yourselves while I'll just get this bit finished off. Only 2 more stitches to go. And then 1 more, join them up. There we go. Turn it over and sew it in nice and secure. I always like the back of my crochet to look as neat as my front. And there you have it. Finished Dragonfly Dreams square. Beautiful. Now, as I said in the beginning of the video, you can go to Sharon's shop, and I'll put a link for that in the description underneath. I want to thank all my new subscribers for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't done so already, that would be much appreciated. If you could like and share my channel, my video, that will help my channel. then everyone else can hear that I can't English very well. I've got some more content coming up. I'm going to do some loom bead weaving. We'll show you how to do a beaded bracelet on a loom. I might do some weaving. So I've got a few things ready to do in my head, ready to get ready for next time. I'm also going to do some try and design some of my own patterns, so that'll be interesting. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I certainly enjoyed doing it, and thank you again, Sharon, for letting me demonstrate your beautiful Dragonfly Dreams pattern. See you all next time. Bye.